Lithuanian, Lietuvių kalba, is a Baltic language, spoken primarily here in Lithuania. It is one of the few surviving Baltic languages left, alongside Latvian and possibly Ligalian and Samogitian. Lithuanian, alongside other Baltic languages, descended from a common ancestor language, Proto-Baltic, which descended from Proto-Balto-Slavic, which descended from Proto-Indo-European. This means Lithuanian isn't just a Baltic language, but also an Indo-European language, just like all these other languages. You might have heard this famous quote from this famous linguist, Arton Millet. Anyone wishing to hear how Indo-Europeans spoke should come and listen to a Lithuanian peasant. And well, he is correct. Lithuanian is pretty conservative compared to other modern Indo-European languages, maintaining archaic features from Proto-Indo-European, such as features with regards to nominal declensions, accent, and syntax. Now, as with any language, the features of the language are just as important and relevant to understand as the history of the language. And you probably already know which one I'm going to be talking about in this video. So, let's take a look at a brief history of Lithuanian. Okay, so like I said earlier, Lithuanian came all the way from Proto-Indo-European, which was spoken around 4500 BC. So I'm just gonna fast forward all the way to when Lithuanian begins to pop up for the sake of this video. Lithuanian began being differentiated from Latvian somewhere around 800 AD. However, they only became actual separate languages around 1700 AD due to mutually intelligible dialectal variation that was still occurring. Sometime around 1000 AD, Lithuanians began invading nearby territories and expanding outwards, eventually establishing the Grand Duchy of Lithuania around 1251 AD. Alright, now let's just fast forward to when the first piece of written Lithuanian pops up. The Grand Duchy of Lithuania was a part of the Kingdom of Lithuania, until eventually the Lithuanians weren't able to stand on their own due to being weakened by other forces, and hence, they were forced to join the Polish and create the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which popped up around 1569 AD. It's important to note that Lithuanian wasn't the only language being used around this time in this area. There were other languages such as Ruthenian, Polish, etc. Lithuanian, in a sense, was more so used by the commoners, who were also illiterate. That's not to say there weren't any official texts published in Lithuanian. There were, such as the Dictionarium Trium Linguarum in Usum Studiae Juventudis, a trilingual dictionary consisting of Latin, Lithuanian, and Polish, published by this guy right here, Konstantinas Sirvydas. There was also the Universitas Linguarum Lithuaniae, one of the oldest books published on Lithuanian grammar. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth continued until around 1772 AD, when it became partitioned between the Habsburg monarchy, the Kingdom of Prussia, and the Russian Empire. In particular, in the Russian Empire, the usage of Lithuanian became banned after the January Uprising of 1863, which was one of the numerous forms of resistance against the partitioning. Also in schools, Russian was the language that was mandated. This was met with, understandably so, a ton of resistance. People were smuggling books across the border, families still spoke Lithuanian at home, and in general, people were super insistent on using Lithuanian, as it was a crucial part of Lithuanian identity. It was only until around 1904 AD that the ban was finally lifted, and around 1918, after World War I ended, Lithuania finally got its independence. It made Lithuanian the official language. But then around 1940, Lithuania got annexed by the Soviet Union, and around 1941, Lithuania got annexed by Nazi Germany, and around 1944, Lithuania got annexed back by the Soviet Union. But then around 1991, Lithuania regained its independence again, after the Singing Revolution, which was literally a revolution for freedom, by singing. And so Lithuania once again made Lithuanian the official language, and has stayed that way to this day, even becoming an official language of the European Union. So yeah, there you have it, a brief history of Lithuanian. This all probably explains why Lithuanians are so passionate and patriotic about their language. Just like this Lithuanian, I promised on Discord a long time ago that I would make this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Iki!